I don't know what I'm supposed to say, baby, before you walk away. No, I'm in the war, I'm in no race, chasing the time. I've been meaning to find a way to face that I'm out on a wire every day, trying to keep my head above the waves, staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push you to the side, another line, another lie, you know. So when I leave your shit on red and you're running cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive. I'm not saying you got to go, but it's something you got to know. Stay alive. It's just something you got to know. Now lately we popping at the edge, and I kinda regret some things I said. I don't want you to leave, so stay instead, and I pay the price. In the morning we'll both be good and gone, and the world will continue moving on. But I swear that there ain't no other one, just staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push you to the side, another line, another lie, you know. So when I leave your shit on red and you're running cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive.
everyone, and welcome back to another stream here at the Game Pants Arena in downtown Boise. Tonight you are joining us for another Rocket League game in the NACE tournament. Today we'll be playing against Dickinson State as well as the Golden Eagles from Southern Mississippi this evening. I am your host, Madison Nerdy Bird Benj, and joining me on the desk is Adam Chizu McGuire and Jacob Gem Mountain Palmer.
Thank you so much for having us, and it is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game. All of these teams, week number 2, are coming in undefeated, so somebody will have their first taste of defeat. The question is, will it end up being the Blue Hawks, the Golden Eagles, or either one of these Boise State Bronco teams? And I'm very curious to see what happens, especially considering the rigorous beatdowns we saw last week.
Yeah, we definitely saw them. It's a bit of an attack from the skies day today, as both teams hoping to, like you said, both teams are undefeated. It is interesting because we've seen so far in this season, we've seen very close games that are back and forth, and then we've seen complete blowouts on the other side. Normally first squad, second squad, but that could also be due to matchmaking as well and just the general thing. So it's interesting to see which teams are going to show up. Are we going to see the close back and forth, or are we going to see the blowouts?
Well, and as far as our first game today, again, the Dickinson Blue Hawks are going to be stepping in from Bismarck, South Dakota, and that's going to be awesome there. Again, both of these teams 1-0 coming into the second week of the NACE tournament. As far as the lineups are concerned, we'll get those on screen for you here in just a second, but Boise State's round 1 was absolutely amazing, and we are now going into what will be the Doc's keys to the game.
Doc's keys to the game are brought to you by Boise State University. At Boise State, you can choose from more than 200 areas of study, and you will have the chance to combine minors, certificates, internships, hands-on research, work opportunities, and more to make your education experience unique. Visit boisestate.edu for more information. And Doc's keys of the game have disappeared before I can finish.
That's all right. You were reading, and it is okay. One of the big things, actually, we're going to jump right here into the game right off the bat. Again, for Boise State, it looks like we've got Ace Pocket, LC Coro, and, of course, Waiton, who we have seen before. And for the Dickinson players, it looks like you've got B-Vest, Ogoto, or the GOAT, as well as Meshki. And we are off to a great start as LC Coro finds the bottom left corner, buries it within the first 30 seconds.
This is exactly what you like to see from the Boise State, starting it off right and just some great team play there. Just a bit of a pinball there that kind of made it go into the goal. A great start for Boise State as we are less than 30 seconds in. They have a 1-0 lead. Right now we see 50-50 is going to go a little bit towards to the left there. Waiton is going to continue the ball, driving it toward Dickinson State, but it is going to be cleared out along the side. Ace Pocket does miss, but LC Curl picks it right up above the goal. Ooh. Ace Pocket has an opportunity here. Waiton's going to come in. He just misses it. Now the ball is still alive. They're going to be trying to set it off. Ace Pocket waiting in the wings here. They do try to clear it out Dickinson State, and they play it above Ace Pocket back toward Boise State's. Now it's in the corner above their goal. Waiton is going to stop that from happening, not going to allow them to get a centering pass. Juicy just misses underneath, and now Boise State needs to try to clear this out. It gets played around Waiton. Ace Pocket is back there, and they do clear it around. They are not going to allow Dickinson State to get that centering pass.
And again, no disrespect for any of the missed names. We just had a little bit of a roster swap from what we were seeing. So Juicy Penguin and Mirtix, as it looks like, going to be joining the Dickinson State side. Again, Boise State doing a phenomenal job on the offensive side here. Haven't had a whole lot of view as far as defensive is concerned, but B-Vest with a great turn away there is going to ensure Waiton does not find the second for the blue and oranges. Ace Pocket carries this one around, breaking some ankles, but is denied just short of the goal. LC Coral will redirect this. Ace right over to Waiton as LC puts that on net too far to the right, but it is still in favorable position for the Broncos.
Yeah, definitely favorable position, especially as they try to get the centering pass. Dickinson State passes it off to the side. Boise State is going to keep the offensive push alive. Waiton now in the air with the contest right in front of the goal. LC Coro now continues off into the corner with a double tap there. It is going to go over toward the front of the goal.
Oh, wow!
He didn't even need the assist there. Just the angle and the way that played was enough to get it into the goal.
A little grace from the literal and proverbial heavens here, as unfortunately it looks like Dickinson State was not able to get a bumper on that ball, and it ever so slightly lands itself right in the net as Boise State finds the dub here as they continue on. Waiting on the 50-50 is going to win that one and setting up LC Coro here. Now watch for the first, or the one-timer. LC Coro not able to get the touch he was looking for, but BSU will continue on here. Another setup is turned away there by Dickinson State, and now they are on the attack. Ace Pocket is going to make sure that it's not too dangerous, but it's a wide open net, and Waiton is able to turn that away. He blended in with the floor beneath him as another shot on goal here. Should be fairly easy turned away, but a great one-timer as Merrick is going to find that one and the first strike for Dickinson.
Yeah, this was a little bit of a similar situation to what we saw last time. There was a funny angle, and it looked like Boise State might have been able to get the clear, but Merrick came in, saw his opportunity, drove it home, and now they are looking for the equalizer. They are just one off, almost halfway into it. 50-50 is going to go toward Boise State, but Elsie Curl is going to play it off the wall towards the goal. Waiton is waiting in the wings to follow up, but Elsie Curl almost got it himself, and almost a great touch there. Waiton definitely with the assist. He is going to pick up boost, though, so he is still very much in this game. Ace Pocket with the centering pass. Merrick is going to get the save. Elsie Curl continues to play up above the goal. Waiton is still looking for just the right angle. He's going to rotate in, trying to find the centering pass again. Ace Pocket looking to assist, and now Elsie Curl toward the goal, just off the right post. Not quite there, but the rotations are so good for Boise State.
And Ace with an aerial move here after the amazing stop. And pushed away there by Juicy Penguin. That could have been a beautiful goal for Boise State, but instead it becomes a defensive play of the day. Now Ace Pocket looking for his chance to strike. Elsie off the left-hand side of the wall, but Dickinson State says no, all thanks to Juicy Penguin. But it looks like the aggression from Boise State is super, super strong, and Dickinson State is just not able to break the line. Elsie Curl with a solo play carries it in and finds the third.
There's his hat trick right there, a very common thing we see from Boise State. Just a beautiful play there from Elsie Curl. Members of Dickinson State were just kind of driving around, weren't in the right position, and unable to save it at the last moment. Now 50-50 is going to come out. Boise State is in a good advantage here, goes off to the side. It is played by Elsie Curl toward the corner. Back toward Boise State's territory. Ace Pocket is going to come in to contest this, go around the corner. Waiton now goes, plays it around Dickinson State. Now he has an open shot here on the goal. An open goal, and he's going to find it. And a bit of a defensive snafu there from Dickinson State.
The rotations from Boise State are ironclad right now with the boost pulsating in their veins. They are all over the place and everywhere they need to be. This is a little different than what we saw as far as last week was concerned, where Boise State was finding great plays but then faltering on the breakaways. Dickinson State hasn't even had an opportunity, but they have been able to put points on the board. This game can change in a matter of seconds, and here's an opportunity, but Juicy Penguin unfortunately shanks it to the left as Boise State will try to recollect themselves and try to counterattack. But it looks like another aerial touch here will open up the floodgates, but it's okay. Waiton is waiting in the wings, but is denied once again by the juiciest of Penguins. A push out here will allow Waiton to put this in the corner, and Boise State may just take a little bit more of a defensive stance here for the next 60 seconds.
They might as well, but we certainly see that Boise State can continue to show how much goals they can score. We have seen goals get into the 7 and 8 territory in past matches, so it's anyone's guess what happens right now. Right now, Dickinson State is just shuffling it back between them towards the goal, and they're going to find it. B-Vest with the goal.
Waiton tries to contest this. He gets a little bit of an idea, thinks he can put his bumper where he needs to, but instead has that one rammed right in the back, decides too late to try to aggress, and it's already done and over at that point. So Dickinson State still looking to equalize here, and they've got the time to do it.
Now, off the 50-50, sometimes we can see some funky goals where the other team just isn't ready to respond to it. So goals like that can even up these 2-goal discrepancies in games like this. But right now, Boise State is well into it. Ace Pocket is contesting, tried to set it up there, but Boise State is able to get the clear. Now it goes back to the corner. Ace Pocket is going to allow Waiton tries to come in, but he misses it now. Ace Pocket finally is able to get the clear he wants, but Dickinson State is keeping this alive. Waiton rotates in, a pass over to Elsie Curl toward the goal, and off to the corner. And just like a power play in hockey, all you need is to keep it in their side of the field, let the clock run out, the ball hit the ground, and Boise State will get the first victory if they choose to, or they could drive it home again with another goal. Trying to get a bit fancy there, but they're going to get the win anyway.
And just a great series there from both of those teams. Absolutely what we are looking for here in week number 2.
What do you think the Blue Hawks might have been missing in that first round? I felt like their momentum wasn't quite where it needed to be, whereas Boise State had a lot of boost control. Do you think that might have been their detriment in the beginning?
Absolutely. And again, Boise State was just right off the gates going as fast as they could, pulling the old Sonic the Hedgehog and making sure they had all of those orange boosts, the big ones in particular. But we saw Dickinson State get a lot of breakaway opportunities. Not as many shots on goal as Boise State, but again, they do have an opportunity to recollect themselves themselves. This is a best of 5, so it's just a tis a scratch kind of situation. If Dickinson State can figure out how to slow the tempo and momentum of Boise State down, I do see some great things. Again, some of the players we're seeing here on state, I think BVest is the only one who is actually in this game, but some other players from the Blue Hawks there, and again, Boise State and Dickinson State, the Blue Hawks versus the Broncos, the match of the minute.
Dickinson State, which is actually, according to Twitch chat, in North Dakota rather than South Dakota.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I'm going to get Fargoed after this.
Look, it's not that bad. And the last time on Monday, we were playing against Montana, which I kept referring to as Wyoming for some reason.
There we go.
I know. So we can both share in the blame now and getting State fixed up. Yeah.
Good
Bound
job, guys.
together. Bound together. It's only a matter of time, Nerdy, before it
Oh, don't
happens.
worry. I'm going to say something, too, where it's like Texas is up north somehow.
Waitin, Ace Pocket, and LC Coro, your line for the Broncos side of the Boise State Broncos here again. And a great showing from those three. Again, great passes, great touches. And we actually saw a lot of double touches on one single individual.
Whoa!
Ace
Oh, is this
Pocket
game
comes
too?
out in 6 seconds and scores? Are you kidding me? Give us a moment to breathe, my
Nani?
friend.
Now, this is exactly what I was talking about last game, is sometimes off the 50-50, you can get just weird goals like this that completely catch the team off guard. So when you're seeing, you know, like we saw last game, 2 goals down with 30 seconds left, that 50-50 can change things up so quickly.
Yeah, and one of the things in threes as compared to like twos or solos for that matter is you can kind of cheat out. You can have a secondary individual shot on goal is turned away, sorry, as I'm explaining. You can kind of let those 50-50s fall back, allowing for your back end to push it forward, but a shot on goal is going to be to the right. Can't get the bicycle kick, no Pele action here, as Dickinson State was not able to finish that shot there, but it looks like Ace Pocket will turn that away. Another very scary situation, and this is exactly what we were talking about. BVest with a shot on goal, turned away by Waitin, and they are being unrelenting, and LC Coral finally, oh no, is not able to clear that one out, and now LC has to try to reground his team, and they are finally given a second to recollect themselves. A shot on goal, off of the crossbar. Waitin is going to get a second touch on there, but is not able to find the second for the Broncos here, as LC is going to play with this one here on the left-hand side of the wall, and it looks like a shot there from Waitin is in a good position. LC Coral with a second touch, but it is far right, as Ace Pocket is going to continue this on, but a really weird push there is going to force Dickinson State to aggress, but they are going to be shut down until this moment right here, and a missed touch there leaves the net wide open, but Boise State is more than okay with this.
Dickinson State trying to get some offensive push. They had some really great rotations, and now Waitin's going to come in and show how he can do a rotation with that beautiful touch right there, that great aerial play from clear on the other side of the field.
That's one of those situations where you spend, you know, like an hour in training before the match, and it just feels so good after, you know, 5 or 10 misses, you know, if you're me, kind of 20. You finally get the one, and Boise State is very, very good at making those connections. But Dickinson State was on fire for the first minute and a half of that game, so I'm very curious to what is going to continue on here, as Merrick is going to be turned away there. But a second opportunity is found by Bivest, and Waitin clearing that out for the Broncos.
They're going to turn that clear into an offensive push here, unless Juicy has anything to say about that. Trying to clear, but Ace Pocket comes right in there, stops the ball dead in the center. Waitin's going to come in and rotate a pass to LC Curl toward the goal and off to the right post. LC Curl rushing in, trying to make something of that. It's still off to the right, and Juicy Penguin is now going to try to get the clear. LC Curl is going to say, we still have a play here to make. Now LC Curl again passes it to Waitin, off to the side. LC Curl comes in again. That man is just all over the field, but a dangerous situation there, as maybe they were just a little bit having a bit too much fun on the offense here. Almost left an open goal there. Juicy is going to keep the play alive just right above the goal, and Juicy now coming in again with the goal, getting the one for Dickinson State. They are just one off from the equalizer now.
We still got a game here, folks. Again, Juicy Penguin with the great read. Merrick there tried to stuff that in, but the commitment from LC Coral leaves the net wide open, and unfortunately Waitin was not able to get there in time.
Those are some beautiful touches that are going into the goals. That's all I have to say from the soccer perspective here.
Absolutely, and again, we were talking about, you know, boost management and control. Boise State doing a phenomenal job of holding the neutral zone big boosts, if you will. They're doing a great job of staying on the aggressive side, but Waitin here is just going to drop this one in. Styles on him, over the heads, and into the back of the net. Take another look at this one, as again Waitin just boop, gives it the old kiss of the fist, hits the roof, and it's just one of those perfect angles. He was even following it, so chances are it was still going in regardless, but we'll just say it was one touch, and that's all that matters.
A bit of a one-touch there, one-touch, one goal for Boise State. Dickinson State is now going to try to put it right into the goal and try to even it up again. A little miss there off to the left is going to allow Ace Pocket to try to clear it out, and a miss there from Merrick is going to give Boise State the opportunity. They need to hit it right toward the goal, and a great save there from B-Vest is going to now allow Dickinson State to maybe catch their breath around the corner, looking for the centering pass. They picked up the boost right off the crossbar. Very close for Dickinson State. They definitely haven't not tried here. They are trying to even this up, but that was another opportunity there for Boise State. Dickinson State is having a trouble here with leaving this goal open toward the back or leaving just one person, because Boise State, a lot of the goals they have been scoring have been counterattacks.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we're saying from Dickinson State is that split-second counter-push, counter-attack mentality. We're seeing just amazing one-timers coming out from them. They are a little off goal, that's fine, but the second attempts from them are absolutely stellar. So I'm curious to see how the follow-up games continue. Still have a minute 35 is waiting, looking to put a shot on goal. It is going to go right, but take somebody out, as well as his aggression there on Juicy Penguin. Again, the neutral zone control from Boise State has been pretty solid, as it looks like Wayton looking to set this one up. Juicy Penguin almost stuffs that in his own net, not by his own fault, but rather a very cattywampus curvature of that ball and that play, as again, Coro to the air, turned away by Merrick, and now Dickinson State can attack.
Unless Wayton has something to say about it. Trying to look to clear. B-Vest is now going to Juicy Penguin. Stopped right there. Didn't want to double contest, but maybe a bit too late. B-Vest did pick up the boost, able to steal it from Boise. LC Crow's going to try to clear way up in the air, though. A bit of bumper cars. Juicy Penguin now rotates in, trying to play it around the corner. The defense from Boise State has been so good in disrupting all these offensive pushes from Dickinson State, and now it's going to go toward their goal again. A great opportunity for LC Crow. Instead, it goes high into the left, over to where Ace Pocket is lying in wait. He's going to allow Wayton to rotate in towards the goal. Juicy Penguin with a great save there. Dickinson State learning from those past couple of goals, not leaving the net open. Ace Pocket picks up the side 100. Wayton comes in over to LC Curl, who's also waiting in the corner. Now Ace Pocket rotates in, looking for the centering pass. No one quite there to follow it up with 20 seconds left, though. Boise State just needs to make sure they don't make any careless mistakes, allowing some sort of counterattack from Dickinson State. But a goal here would certainly be a final nail in the coffin. Now, with 10 seconds left, Juicy Penguin was trying to start something there. Merrick is going to come in, but Wayton is going to get to the ball first, allowing this ball to just die out in Dickinson State's territory, allowing the ball to touch the ground, and Boise State to get their second win. If the folks don't decide to play with their food, and they don't, they are just going to take the meal and run.
And that'll be game number 2 for the Broncos, setting this at match point. Again, a best of 5 in week number 2 of this NACE tournament. Boise State looking great. I do have to say, Blue Hawks looking even better this round around.
I do agree with that. Did you notice how they had that beautiful touch dribble pass going on up the side, preventing Boise State from getting in there and stealing the ball away from them? That
Absolutely.
Was gorgeous.
Ball control, again, looks absolutely phenomenal from the Dickinson State individuals. And we are seeing that they can get these plays that are so lightning quick that Boise State isn't even having a chance to react. And they're kind of like a reactionary counterattack to the counterattack. It's like a Dragon Ball Z scenario where Boise State thinks they have something. They go up, they make the commitment, and try to turn the ball away. And Dickinson State is just in the right place at the right time and are able to bury it. So I'm very interested to see what continues on. And I do feel like the Blue Hawks could push this into a game 4, possibly even a 5.
Yeah, and Dickinson State, in terms of side control, in a past game we saw on Monday, Boise State was able to keep it in the other team's side for like 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Right. So Boise State is definitely capable. So the amount of offense that Dickinson State has been able to pull out is very good. It has been, I don't know what the exact numbers would be. I would think it's maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes for their side. Definitely enough for them to remain competitive. But Boise State's defense has been so good and reactionary, and you can see Dickinson State setting up the rotations and trying to set up the passes for each other, but Boise State has been so good in being able to disrupt those, being able to dunk when they try to get the pass, that Dickinson State certainly has what they need to try to score goals, but Boise State's defense has been certainly on point.
LC Coro going to be the starter here as far as this round number 3 is concerned. Again, the Boise State Broncos versus the Dickinson State Blue Hawks. And again, the Dickinson State individuals have definitely got more fight in them, as Juicy Penguin puts that one up and over, but a nice move there from the Broncos allowed them to reset this. A shot on goal is dangerous. It's open, but no, Waiton gonna deny that one. No second attempt here as Boise State continues to push forward. Juicy Penguin is just flying all over the place, feeling the adrenaline and feeling the boost as Ace Pocket off the wall, Spider-Man style, is not able to get a second touch on that one, nor the other individual for Boise State who flew by so fast I couldn't catch the name. Looked like it was Coro there. And again, Boise State doing a pretty solid job of that aggression we were talking about. As far as the first 60 seconds of this one are concerned, didn't see an early goal, which is a little uncharacteristic of the first two games, showing that Dickinson State has found a way to combat the Boise State aggression.
I wouldn't just say aggression. I would just say it's who's setting up the pass for each other, like Elsie Curro here, but Juicy came right in, was able to stop the shot on goal. That was a great play for Dickinson State. That's going to allow them to now go on the offense towards the corner, looking to pass it right towards Elsie Curro, actually, is able to get the clear. Now the counterattack. This could be dangerous for Dickinson State. Juicy was right there, but if Elsie Curro had been able to play it around him, there would have been no one else there to try to contest it for the goal. That just shows how great Boise State has been doing, and once they get those contests, once they are able to get the upper hand on those contests, they are able to drive it over to the other side so quickly. But a word of warning for Dickinson State is that because this is NACE, it's best of 5, not best of 7, which means Boise State only needs one more victory to get this match and go home with their heads held high. Right now, Dickinson State is able to clear it off toward Boise State's territory. Right now, Waiton comes in, hits Juicy Penguin right there. Juicy Penguin was able to pick up the boost, and now Merrick's going to come and rotate in. A great play around from Ace Pocket. Might have been able to get a counterattack there, but some great defense by Dickinson State is going to put them right back in Boise State's territory.
Absolutely. This is the counterattack we were talking about earlier. Is Waiton able to put this over? Boise State just looking for some kind of opening, some way to exploit a weakness in the defense. And right now, again, uncharacteristically, on their heels at this point, as Dickinson State has been in control for quite a while. A much more even game this time around as Boise State is looking for the opportunity, completely denied right there. And the presence of mind from the Dickinson State individuals, the way that they're timing their jumps, unfortunately. Oh, it's a nice save there from Merrick. I thought that was undoubtedly in the back of the net, but the blue is able to find it there as it looks like Waiton going to try to pull this up, but Juicy Penguin is also going to be denied as Ace Pocket pushes him out of the way. B-Vest trying to get a shot on goal is going to be turned away by Elsie Coro, and now Waiton with the carry. Elsie Coro takes the big boost, which Waiton definitely could have used as he sits there at an empty gas tank. Tries to do the Pele, is not going to find it. A flick over by Juicy Penguin. A demolition there, open to the net for a second, but Ace Pocket had exactly what he was looking for, carrying this up on the right-hand side. Did not mean to necessarily stop that, but a nice reset. That is on goal, but nobody from Boise State able to try to bury that one as it continues here. Aggressive Boise State control has started to show up, and there's that demo, but it was too high. The crossbar, the fourth man shows up clutch for the Blue Hawks.
Dickinson State has been able to make this much more competitive, and the interesting thing about Dickinson State is, unlike other teams where we say, oh, we've seen, X amount of double commits this round, that's what's holding them back, Dickinson State has been pretty good on their rotations, able to be clean. It's just been that reaction time from Boise State. It's been able to kind of see Dickinson's plays before they even happen. It's been allowed Boise State to have such a rock-solid defense in this round thus far. Right now, Elsie Crow is going to try to play it around the corner, looking for the centering pass, but Juicy Penguin puts it and tries to clear it. Now Waiton is going to go toward the corner section. He's going to allow Elsie Curro to go there. Now he waits. Now it's his time to shine. He's going to try to play it around. Is able to hit it toward the wall. Elsie Curro now comes in trying to play it around Juicy Penguin, but a great shot there is going to put it up and to the right. And now Dickinson State might be able to find their goal if they apply themselves right here. But B-Fest was just a little bit up too front to try to hit that back, and that allows Boise State to go on the counterattack here. They play it up, trying to find the centering pass right in front of the goal. Ace Pocket comes right in just a little bit too high. Waiting with the follow-up. Instead, it's going to get dunked, and that's going to allow Dickinson State to hit it off to the side here. 30 seconds left. We might be going into overtime. Unless Boise State was almost able to get the goal, but a great save by B-Vest. It has been so back and forth here. Both teams are performing at peak performance right now, and it's not allowing any team to get a goal.
Absolutely stellar saves there from Dickinson State, keeping their chances alive as this is match point. The final 10 seconds are here. Will Boise State finish this out? Are we going to a game 4? Will we see a golden goal opportunity? Only the next handful of seconds will tell, and it's 2 and 1. Boise State has it. They can carry it. Boise State takes the match 3-0.
My goodness, that's just a thing of nerves getting to you a little bit too much. The clock's ticking down. We've got to get a goal. Dickinson State is thinking, hey, you left your own goal open. And a characteristic of what we've seen all match, it's that split-second counterattack that allows Boise State to pull out the victory. In this match, Boise State versus Dickinson State, it is the Broncos versus the Blue Hawks in Rocket League tonight.
That was amazing. That is, I feel like that little kid in the tricycle when he sees Mr. Incredible like smash the car. That's what I feel like right now. That last play was just so supreme. That entire round, both teams were playing, I feel like, in my opinion, it was very reactionary on both sides. They were both guarding their goals very well. Dickinson State had backed off a little bit and was playing more on the defensive in the beginning and only playing when they saw golden opportunities to push forward and knew that Boise State left them a little bit of an opening. And that back and forth was just so great to watch.
Well, and even furthermore, that game is a completely different scenario in more than a handful of situations when it comes to Boise State saves. There were opportunities for the Blue Hawks to finish that game at some point in time. And again, just a handful of miracle saves and a miracle second at that point. If that ball does not land where it did, I don't know if Coral would have been able to get underneath it like he did. I'd have to go back and watch it again. But that is a mental awareness and knowledge of the game that, again, you kind of write these kind of endings and it still may not go that way. So Boise State kind of gifted a favor there, but they earned it. And again, I firmly believe Dickinson State did an unbelievable job.
In terms of player of the game, I might be willing to give it to Elsie Crow, not just in the way in that he was going to score a lot of goals, but scoring, really the clutch goal there. If it wasn't Elsie Crow, it was Ace Pocket. I might be just misremembering things right here. But one of the things, whoever it was, one of the things I also want to point out is it's just like you said, Shizu, is that final play was something you can see as a result of being in practice for so long, because the way he was able to dribble it and have such good control of the ball, there was no more time for him to get the goal if he had just continued to roll it around the ground. So being able to dribble so perfectly, keep the ball under such control, and get it in the goal, that's where practice pays off.
And then again, with that said, I do have to give a tip of the hat to Elsie Coro with that play. That's just a mental awareness, a knowledge of the game, and just mechanics ability that allows something like that to happen. But all of the players from Boise State did great. I did enjoy seeing Dickinson. It's the first time I've seen them actually on this stage. If I had to give a tip of the hat, which I always do, Juicy Penguin was all over the place. Yep. Absolutely enjoyed watching that individual play. But again, we'll have to see what they feel.
My guess is actually going to go to Elsie Coro as well, because he had those just finesse, perfect little touches on those few goals in the beginning of the game, and that ending play that he made without that ball touching the ground, that was beautiful. I could never pull something off like that.
And he was the only player to get a hat trick during the match, too.
Well, now we will get your answers here as we shoot over to the Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game.
The player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes the team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. The player of the game looks like it might be Ace Pocket, but it's Elsie Coro! We got debated again by production staff. Come on, guys. Nope. But yes, well-deserved Elsie Coro. All of our guesses were correct. I'm glad we are in agreement
we win today, guys. Right? Even if we lose, we win today. It's great. And again, just all players did absolutely what they were in place to do. The rotations were absolutely ironclad from Boise State. We talked about the speed. While it did peter off a little bit as far as game number 3 and maybe even a little in game number 2, they just had commanding holds over possession. They were able to sit on the opponent's side, which is like a Boise State specialty. They love to be in your face and in the goal. And we even started to see that with some demolitions towards the later part of game number 2 and 3.
Yeah, they really were able to drive it off there. There's Elsie Curl. That was the half hat trick that I was talking about a bit earlier. And it's amazing. You could see him in the chair there with all these crazy plays. It's amazing just how sanguine they look in the chairs. They are in the zone right there. It's, even nerdy, when Overwatch is being played, there are moments when you're yelling at the top of your lungs because you got to make the play right there. You see the opening, you're letting your team know about it. These guys, they're just I'm going to go in. Back post. Got the goal.
I definitely can say that I envy the zen that I see coming from the stage, and I hope one day Overwatch can emulate that, but I know that's never going to happen.
Divas won.
Well, it's a matter of seconds that changes this game. So if you have a quick second of losing your nerve, you jump too early, you jump too late, you are going to lose that advantage that you may have or may not have in that play. And it goes for both players, both offensively and defensively. So good moves from Coro and for everybody else.
There we go. Yeah.
And there is that, again, Elsie Coro, your Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game.
All right, and that wraps up our first match of the day for Rocket League. We have another one coming up in a few moments, but first we would like to show you the top 5 plays. Well, I guess you can see them online after the game. My apologies. But we will be returning shortly with another game with Southern Mississippi, the Golden Eagles, and our other squad for our Rocket League team. So stick around, collect your Zen yourself. Maybe grab some water, some food, a drink, do some feng shui tai chi stuff like Chizu is doing on the desk, and join us right back here in a few moments.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say, baby, before you walk away. No, I'm in the war, I'm in a race, chasing the time. I've been meaning to find a way to face that I'm out in the waters every day, trying to keep my head above the waves, staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push it to the side, and all the line and not the lie, you know. So when I leave your shit on red and you're running cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive. I'm not saying you got to go. But it's something you got to know. Stay alive. It's just something you got to know. Now lately we popping on the edge, and I kinda regret some things I said. I don't want you to leave, so stay instead, and I pay the price. In the morning we'll both be good and gone, and the world will continue moving on. But I swear that there ain't no other one, just staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push it to the side, and all the line and not the lie, you know. So when I leave your shit on red and you're running cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive.
Hello and welcome back to the Game Pants Arena here in downtown Boise. Hopefully you've hunkered down, grabbed your snacks, got a drink of water, because we are gearing up for our second Rocket League match of the evening against Southern Mississippi, the Golden Eagles. I am your host, Madison Nerdy Bird Benj, and joining me on the desk once again are these two dapper gentlemen, Adam Chizu McGuire and Jacob Jem Mountain Palmer. I apologize.
Dapper.
Gem is fine. Gem is fine.
Okay.
Is
yes.
it the baby shark tie that's doing it? Because it's
You
certainly
guys are
not
always
this.
dapper,
Oh,
like-
thank you. You're too kind. But yeah, we've had some Enfuego versions of Rocket League as far as today is concerned. Again, the second week of the NACE tournament that'll be going on. Boise State was able to pick up the first win in the first set, and now they set their sights on the Golden Eagles of Southern Mississippi, another undefeated team here coming into week number 2.
Now this is interesting because there's already kind of a story emerging, because I've been here for the past two matches with these teams on Monday and last week Thursday. And what's interesting is for the first game of the night, in all 3 times I've been here, it's been really close back and forth, no games over 3 goals, both teams. For the second game, it's usually been a blowout, with the exception of on Monday they were playing against Montana and started out with a blowout, but then Montana was able to drive it to a Game 5. So it's interesting that in the first game, which we just saw, and especially we could see with how Boise State performed against Dickinson State, very competitive, very back and forth. This, I have no idea what's going to happen because the second games have always been, at least so far, one weekend have been the wildest.
Yeah, well, hopefully you didn't just voodoo curse it again. The Boise State Broncos going up against the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles. And that you do have a fair point there, Jim Mountain, in the fact that this crew of Tacky Doo, Cosmo Buster, and Baynock are absolutely ruthless. They will find a flaw in the plan and exploit it to an 8-goal deficit. They will fall back and let things happen, and of course it follows up with these keys to the game.
And it looks like for our game against Southern Mississippi, it's shots left wall or on the left wall? Is that supposed to be left wall? Okay, cool. Side control is greater than shots. Identify passing locations. Give and go. Doc's Keys to the Game are brought to you by Boise State University. At Boise State, you can choose more than 200 areas of study, and you'll have a chance to combine minors, certificates, internships, hands-on research, work opportunities, and more to make your educational experience a unique one. Visit boisestate.edu for more information.
Might I say that the exclamation mark on the give and go is the most excited you will see any comms tonight from the Rocket League team.
And I don't necessarily agree with that. Again, Cosmo Buster, I have always claimed from year one, the happiest player of all of esports with that smile just plastered on his face, and I guarantee you we'll see it today as well. But again, this crew is very, very, very solid. We have seen them in a top 8 as far as last NACE is concerned. They had an unfortunate situation against Shawnee State, but now they are looking even more ruthless than ever. The give and go, like you mentioned, sure, but watch for these aerial passes and these one-time touches. I'm curious to see how it unfolds. As we jump into the first game of this best of 5, looks like immediately the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles will have control.
Boise State is looking to get the clear, though. A pass over to Baynock is going to allow them to push it toward the corner. Cosmo Buster rushes in. Now Baynock rotates in, trying to get a centering pass, but some good disruption from Southern Miss is going to maybe get a clear, but instead Tacky came in, keeping the play alive for Boise State in front of the goal. Cosmo Buster rushes in, trying to get a shot, and he's going to find it for the first goal of the game.
Nice little touch there, the give and go that we were talking about. Tacky over to Cosmo and just threads the needle through 2. We'll just pretend that they weren't doing their best Space Jam, I Believe I Can Fly. There's a little bit of a missed block there in the front, but it's the first 30 seconds of a very long set. So we'll see if Southern Mississippi can rebound from that. It looks like we have Camel in the game this time, which is a little different than what we had. We'll take a look at the other players as it looks like Ryder is there as well. Double touch there from Cosmo. Baynock, Tacky, I'm sorry. Baynock to follow is not able to bury that. But again, Ryder was in position. Vinyl and Camel, your players for Southern Mississippi. As it looks like Boise State has had the clench of aggression they have wanted since, I guess, last game at this point. Across the goal, not going to find a second touch, but Baynock will be there to reset. A nice little aerial flick there. Cosmo with a wide open net, and he finds it! 2 in a minute 3.
I'm going to say it again, nothing but net. That was dead center, right on, and beautiful. Nice touch and go pass there. Just like in soccer, coaches always said, touch and go. You get too many touches, you're going to mess up your play, and that was just pristine.
Well, Boise State is doing a very good job of running the defense ragged at this point. Coming from the left, coming from the right, and then burying it down the center as Tacky tries to carry that in and looking oh so fancy while doing so. Cosmo is able to stuff there. A great challenge for the Broncos as Southern Mississippi is trying to clear this out. Baynock will put this on net to Tacky, and it is denied there. Vinyl with a beautiful save.
A beautiful save, but will it be enough? Because Boise State is definitely unrelenting, not even allowing this counterattack to go through. Cosmo Buster instead actually missed there. That was a crucial miss, allowing an open goal. And Camo was able to score that. That's a bit of a misplay right there.
If we are going to be super picky, this is something we have seen time and time again from Boise State, just putting so much into the attack side of things that all it takes is a really well-placed shot, a beautiful one there from Southern Mississippi, and there is no stopping it. So, Southern Miss has the goals in their sight. They are within striking distance. The question is, will Boise State continue that as Tacky gets pushed out of the way?
Gets pushed out of the way. Vinyl now looking for the clear. Instead goes over to Ryder, back over toward the corner. Boise State looking for the centering pass. Baynock comes rushing in, waiting for Cosmo Buster to pass it over to him. Tacky now is up in the air. Baynock now looking to continue off the top. Looking for the double tap. Doesn't quite get it. And now Tacky came in again, but he missed it. Cosmo Buster, now he finds the goal. Coming through as the third anchor for Boise State. And speaking of third, he's got a hat trick.
Once, twice, third time's a charm, and a lady for that matter, as it looks like Cosmo was able to save that situation again. Little interesting. It looked like that had many opportunities to go in, but Boise State able to finish it. Baynock, right place, right time, as that could have skirted right past him if he was not in the position he was, as Cosmo gets a nice little touch pushing this forward, but it looks like Southern Miss on the attack, and instead Boise State will return the favor, allowing Tacky to make a move here, but he is denied while trying to push that off of the wall. Vinyl to carry it up here now, allowing for another set of movement here from Southern Miss, and a great push. Pushes Baynock out of the way, though, and that was a scary situation if you're a Bronco fan.
Scary situation, but Cosmo Buster is there with the defense, and another goal! Are you kidding me?
The
What
drop
even
shot.
happened there?
That was beautiful. Gorgeous drop. That calculated.
Well, and it was one of those things where, again, we take a look. That was just kind of a weird angle, came off of the roof. You don't expect it to drop as fast or as sharp as it was. There was an attempt there from, I believe it was Ryder. I could be wrong. And again, you do the best that you can. Sometimes those slide by. Again, this could be one of those situations where Boise State just kind of runs rampant in game number one, and Southern Miss figures out the game
Cosmo,
plan.
Cosmo, still trying to make something a little fancy here happen. All the members of Boise State are looking to get a fifth goal here. Baynock finds the centering pass by the goal. Cosmo Buster comes in.
Post to
passes up. Post. Tacky now pushes it over toward the corner. That was so close. Boise State almost was able to get the goal. Camel is able to get the clear. It now goes over the corner where Baynock is waiting. Ryder is up on the wall trying to find a centering pass for Southern Miss. Tacky now comes back in, finds the clear. Ooh. No, he gets dunked, and that's going to push it back toward Boise State's goal. Cosmo Buster coming in again trying to find the clear, but it is again denied by Southern Miss. Ryder is back in the corner. Now Vinyl comes in around the corner trying to find the centering pass. He comes in, a shot on goal, but Cosmo Buster is able to get the save. Boise State they do have enough of a lead here that they can push this back, relax a little, and maybe try to find another goal, except Camel gets the save. But Boise State unrelenting. Baynock comes in again. Now Tacky's able to play it around both of them. Another shot, an attempted shot on goal there from Cosmo Buster, and great defense there from Baynock, hanging back there in case things went wrong. He was able to get the save, and now he passes it up for another shot on goal, and Tacky scores.
And that was just unfortunate because Ryder peels out to pick up the big boost. You can't fault him for that. And Tacky just has a rocket of a shot and is able to get it ahead of Ryder there. And I was going to bring up, I like the way that Ryder is playing. Defensively, sure, that's one thing, just keep the ball out of the net. But they're doing an amazing job of getting pressure on that left-hand side. Again, here he is bringing it forward. But Boise State is just one step ahead, doing their old Aladdin impression. One swing ahead of the sword as another shot comes by. Cosmo Buster to Baynock, and it's in.
That was gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
And that's what we were talking about.
Flyby.
Cosmo puts it on net. Baynock to finish.
Okay, what did I tell you two before this match started about the unpredictable nature of the second game of the night that we have seen so far in this NACE Rocket League tournament?
I wasn't going to question you then. I'm not going to question you now. You are right, good sir.
And again, that is the first game. You can't necessarily put a bunch of weight into it, but the Broncos looking very, very good. Southern Mississippi looking just a little slower, as we have mentioned in the past, but their single-touch shots have been in very dangerous positions. There have been opportunities, but again, Boise State is just in time to make these saves and are getting a lot on the punish. They're able to find any kind of opening, and the touches here, like this one right here, watch the Cosmo, didn't necessarily get it, but now Boise State could be in a dangerous situation. And boy, Baynock going to push that out, be destroyed in the process as Camel takes out some aggression on him, as it looks like Ryder here able to flip it over. Cosmo going to have to fall back, but Tacky says, no, the other way, the orange goal, that would be mine.
My goodness, Tacky getting his second goal of the game. Boise State just so unrelenting, and I gotta commend them, except for the one goal that was scored on them. Even though they've been so good at playing offense, they've always had that one person hanging back, making sure they don't leave open goals. And Southern Miss has just been they've been in so many situations where they're able to get the first save, but Boise State, with their follow-ups and rotations, has been so good. And if Tacky had gotten the right touch there, he might have been able to get another goal. But Boise State, I think, will be more than content, settling for 7-1 in the first game. Such a dominant show.
Well, this Buster squad is looking like anything but that. They are absolutely decimating everything in their path, be it the ball or their opponents.
Yeah, I'm noticing, though, that Southern Miss is doing a great job on defense. Are you guys seeing that? I mean, growing up, I was always told, greatest defense can become the best offense. And I feel like that first goal that they scored really showed that because they capitalized on Boise State's lack of awareness down by their own net, and they left it wide open. They're like, guess what? That's mine now, boys.
That's been one of the more worrying parts, if we do have to be absolutely picky and break this down, is that Boise State does like to be aggressive. They like to be in your face. They like to take 2-3 shots on a single play. But the one that we did see came from a single touch from behind the midfield, and that could be something that they used to continue on. Granted, they're going to have to work around Boise State's neutral boost control, but I'm not sure that's going to be predominant for as long as we see. Again, you take a loss like this, you shrug it off, dirt off the shoulders kind of thing, just, get your head together, find the center, and then go right back at it. But we'll see. We'll see what the follow-through is on all of this. And it looks like, if I am not mistaken, we might actually be seeing interceptor for the Boise State Broncos jumping on in. I'm not entirely sure. There were talks of maybe switching him in, giving him some play time. Haven't seen a whole lot of him there, and I would be very interested to see how that dynamic adjusts the Boise State crew.
Now here's something interesting, just a little bit of we've got actually a little bit of trash talk in the Twitch chat right now.
Nice.
One of the people is saying that it's interesting we're calling them Southern Miss because they haven't been able to score a lot of goals.
Oh. Well, that's all, folks. Like,
hey, I'm the messenger. Blame Baratel because he's the one who put that in the chat.
Well, as of right now, Southern Miss back on their heels as it looks like Tacky going to clear this one out with no real issue here. As it looks again, Cosmo Buster pushing this one forward, and now Baynock going to have to fall back. Southern Mississippi is looking very strong this time around.
Interceptor just did a great intercept. Can we throw that pun out there, please? I wanted to say that.
There you go. Nice.
I will say that Baratel is taking full credit in the Twitch chat. In all caps, he's saying, I said it.
Yes.
Right now, Boise State certainly has something to say, wanting to get a second goal, a second win in this match. But Southern Miss is trying to get a clear there, but they weren't able to get it. Boise State is now going to try to rush in. Tacky not quite quick enough. Southern Miss looking for the clear there. It goes high up in the middle of the field. Baynock comes in toward the goal, and it just rolls in there.
Rolling. A little slow roll there. Fred Durst would be happy about that one as you watch as he touches the tip of that ball there and just gets it left side bottom corner, and Ryder was looking for it in the air, gives him the old bamboozle, and decides to just ground it on in. Boise State up 1 within the first about minute as we continue on here. Again, interceptor looking pretty good so far. Haven't seen anything too absolutely crazy. Goes up for that one, not able to finish that there. Right as I sing his praises, wasn't necessarily able to make the connection there, but Boise State able to recover here. Baynock pulling on back. Interceptor puts a nice ball into the aggressive side for Boise State. Tries to follow it up, but instead will leave the floodgates open for Baynock. The splash, the fish, and that's goal 2 for Boise State. And just again, another great move there from interceptor to set that up and allows for Baynock to just spike it on into the net. You gotta love that, and it appears that it is just as dangerous whether you have Cosmo or interceptor in this game. 50-50 going in favor of Southern Mississippi.
Going in favor of Southern Mississippi, trying to find a centering pass, but Tacky rushes in to put a stop to that right now. Instead, Camel is able to play it around him, but he doesn't have a lot of momentum to the ball, and Baynock is right there to pick up the boost and look for the clear himself. Now up off the wall, playing around Southern Mississippi to Tacky. A great setup there. Unfortunately, Tacky missed at that moment there, so Baynock's going to have to grab some boosts on the side and allow Interceptor to come in, but he misses as well. This could be the chance for Southern Miss to make Baratel eat his words if they set it up right. No, Tacky is going to get the clear off toward the corner. He is looking to maybe pick up the corner boost. No, he hops right over it. Ooh. But Interceptor comes right in above the goal with the centering pass. No one there to follow it up. They're waiting for just a little bit of a better time here. Now here comes Baynock setting it up again toward the top of the left. Interceptor comes right in there. Almost had the shot on goal.
Now Southern Mississippi can have the aggression here if they so choose, but unfortunately the ball is just moving way too fast. None of these individuals are able to get a full grip and do what they would like to. That first shot we saw was very, very cattywampus. Tacky, Interceptor, double commit, goal, as I throw my pen during my excitement.
Was that a hat trick for Tacky?
No, it wasn't.
I thought thought that was his
Baynock scored the first 2 goals.
Yes, you are right.
I'm glad you can count because I never learned
all
to.
together as a team, we've all
I didn't
scored
go to
hat-tricks.
elementary school, obviously.
Neither did I. Either way, Boise State has a 3-0 lead here in game number 2 in this best of 5. Baynock is going to let that one go by to allow Tacky to push this up for the Broncos. Baynock going to push this to the right. Interceptor peeling back probably to pick up boost more than anything. Never mind, he is now going to aggress, and he definitely was picking up the big one. As it looks like Tacky tries to put that in a favorable position, is not able to do so. But Boise State able to recollect themselves and steal that big boost from under Ryder's carriage. As Boise State able to get a shot there, Tacky is turned away, and now this could be in a precarious situation, but Baynock has no problems returning this ball towards the side of the orange, up and above. Interceptor not able to make a connection, but is dangerous nonetheless. Big boost picked up there by Baynock. And again, the neutral positioning of Boise State has been disgusting. Baynock getting fancy. Baynock, get out of here! Baynock almost able to carry that one in, but now it is not done yet, as it looks like Interceptor coming in, pushes us off the wall. Boise State could get a touch. Tacky was there just a second too late. Baynock to follow through, up and away. Interceptor not able to finish the shot, but he was there just in case. Tacky pushing this one through, and Boise State is still not done yet as it comes through the midsection, pushed out by Ryder, and Boise State isn't there. They are going to fall back and allow me to breathe for a second until Tacky comes falling through, and Baynock is turned away.
I don't know about you two. I want to see Interceptor get a goal. He has had so many good setups and so much good play. But right there, a very dangerous situation for the Broncos. But it looked like whatever happened, the Broncos can breathe a sigh of relief as now Interceptor comes in looking for the clear with the pass to Baynock over to the up and the left. And Baynock following up on an open goal, getting his hat trick.
Give him the hat. Give him the hat. Big old hat. That was just a great move there. And yeah, we do want to see Interceptor put one of these in the back of the net.
I counted 3 times where it was open for him, but it's just been a slight miss.
Can we talk about that double play that he just made for himself, the Baynock did?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Double threat coming in. He's like, oh, I missed. I got this.
Listen, we've seen Baynock style on people. It's fine. It is what it is. I want to see Interceptor do something like that. A good save there, allowing for Boise State to continue this shutdown if at all possible. Tacky's going to bring this up on the left-hand side. That's a great centered shot, and it's coming from Interceptor, but just up and to the right, not able to corral it. He's going to pick up the big boost here. Should give him a second attempt, but it looks like Vinyl pushing this out. Interceptor could come flying by and pushes out the defending players of Southern Miss, but that is a dangerous spot. Can Boise State stop it? Interceptor with a great save. Maybe he's just the defensive Goliath Boise State is looking for.
I mean, he certainly has been there to work with the team and make the plays that they need, whether it be defensive or offensive. Right towards the goal, he comes rushing in just a little bit too late. And now that's very dangerous for Boise State. Maybe he was just a little bit too eager to rush in there because it flew right over him back towards the open goal.
And the Southern Miss player I was talking about, Ryder, is the one who's going to be accredited for that goal. Very well earned as well. Interceptor tries to get the commit there, is not able to do so, gives it a little bit of a whiff. Not a problem though. It's Boise State still up 3 with only a handful of seconds to go. So that will probably be game number 2 for the Broncos and set match depending on the situation. But we've still got a couple more seconds as the ball glides to the ground. Boise State up 2-0 and looking to sweep the day if they can pick up one more.
You are watching Boise State versus Southern Miss in this Rocket League match. It is the Broncos versus the Golden Eagles right now on this Thursday in the NACE Rocket League tournament. And the Broncos certainly having a very good showing, 2-0. And what did I tell you guys about the second game of the night? We are seeing possibly another fulfillment of that, of the Broncos being able to just, on the heels of a very competitive first game, just come in the second game and blow it out of the water.
Well, I was really impressed by Interceptor as well. Again, we saw a lot of amazing saves, a lot of good defensive plays. Yeah, he didn't get that super sick goal that he was probably looking for a couple of times. But again, that's just small mechanical fixes and a little bit of lady luck on your side at the same time.
I'm actually still hoping that we can see Interceptor score a goal.
Yes,
an amazing aerial play for him, like highlight video goldenness right there, especially with a name like Interceptor. It's just
it's
like
such a cool
you have to get a good goal every game, at least once.
I mean, that's the one thing that I want to see happen is for him to get a goal. Because he's on the big stage now, you know what I mean? I want to see the full thing. I mean, and you can speak to that to that nerdy. The first time you're on stage on the broadcast and you're able to make that play that you practice so much for, it means a good bit. And right now, it is right in front of the goal. A double commit there, unfortunately, isn't going to allow Boise State to get the goal they were looking for. So Tacky tries to do it right up on top. Interceptor is going to come in. Not quite, just a little. So Baynock is going to come in with the third, but it is going to be cleared out by Southern Miss, who now looks to play this toward the center of field. No, it said goes back toward the goal.
No.
Tacky is going to score it.
Yes!
Now, I love Tacky, and Boise State is cool and everything, but that is just an unfortunate circumstance. Comes off Camel, off the wall, and into his own net. Yes, Tacky could have followed it up and buried it, but it was more of an unfortunate circumstance than it was a super stellar play, if I had to be so candid. But again, we're seeing great moves here from the Boise State Broncos. This is 50-50, goes over to Baynock. That's actually a little bit of a dangerous spot, but turned away there by Interceptor, which is what we have been seeing all night long from him, as Baynock is going to peel on back and bide his time, as Interceptor will be the receiver here, but it looks like he's up on the wall, and unfortunately whiffs on that one. Not a big deal, as Southern Miss now has an opportunity. They will do the same. No contact made here in the neutral zone, as Baynock will continue to push for Boise State.
Pushes and puts it right above the goal. Now it's waiting for a follow-up, and Tacky came right in there, scoring his second goal of the game.
The cowbells, they are a-ringing, and Tacky is able to put that right in the back of the net with a beautiful service from Baynock.
Completely candid here, I did not even see Tacky come in, and
I know,
just
me
see
neither.
the goal score, and I'm like, what?
50-50 jumps in. Interceptor was not able to push that one out, but Tacky is in the net. Is there a carry in? Oh, man, just a matter of centimeters there, and that is a goal for Southern Miss, as it looks like Tacky going to flick this up off of the crossbar. Where's the Boise State member? Interceptor takes out Vinyl. Had he made a connection there, that probably would have gone in. Baynock going to push this one up now and flick it over the top. Is there going to be a defender? Yes, Interceptor tries to get in, and Camel takes out Tacky. Southern Miss on the attack, looking for their goals. Are they still alive? Tacky going to deny them. And we'll see what this means as Baynock goes in for the kill and gets it. 3-0, Boise State.
Baynock scoring yet another goal. That is, out of the whole match, that is his 5th goal. Tacky has also scored 5 goals. But here's just one thing. Cosmo Buster, who only played 1 game, had 4 goals. So even though he's only played 1 game, he's almost tied with the other 2 in the amount of goals scored this match.
I mean,
you see 50-50 is going to go toward Boise State's goal. Interceptor, just a bit of a whiff there. And Southern Miss is going to try to capitalize on that, but it is going to be cleared out. Baynock now comes in towards an open Mississippi goal. It does go toward the right side of the field. Tacky and Interceptor are both there, but instead, Ryder is playing it toward Boise State's goal, looking for the follow, but Interceptor comes right in, disrupting any sort of play that Southern Miss had in mind. Now it goes back toward the corner where Baynock is waiting. It gets played over him. Interceptor back in front of the goal. Also, he might be looking to clear this out. He comes in, doesn't get it, so it goes to Baynock, who plays it up the left side. Tacky comes in trying to find the other clear, but now Southern Miss is doing a good job of keeping it in Boise State's territory until Tacky is going to pass it to Baynock. Now looking for the attack here. Another pass over to Tacky. Instead, it gets disrupted, but Interceptor is right back there with a great rotation, able to keep it from going back toward Boise State's goal. He now finds the centering pass, looking to set it up for another Boise State player, but it gets cleared right back. Baynock there is able to make the save, pass it over Tacky, and clears it again.
Yeah, and Boise State just looking really, really good right now. As we were talking, just boost management is really, really good. Interceptor going to be set up here with the spike. Welcome to the big stage, my friend. His first goal here in the NACE tournament as a Bronco, and it is a beautiful one. Boosts up, spikes it down, and says, "Pay me," and is rewarded.
Might I just say, I know we don't talk that much beyond Ace Pocket's rabbit ears about the cars, but I gotta say, I love the model for Interceptor, what he chose. It almost looks like a Lamborghini or something
right?
like
He's
that.
Feeling
it
himself.
It doesn't look like an RC car. It actually looks like a real luxury car. I love the look of it, but I know he likes the look of his goal even more. So now it is going to go over to Tacky and Interceptor, who are in front of the goal. They're looking to clear it. They go into the corner. Interceptor up the wall, instead peels off. So now Vinyl is going to play it around the corner, looking for the centering pass. Tacky isn't going to allow him to get it. Instead, the ball falls flat back on the field. Interceptor now gets the clear. A pass over, but Vinyl comes in to disrupt that, trying to get a shot on goal. Interceptor was right there to block it. Some great defense from him right there. Now Baynock comes in, playing it up the side, around the corner, trying to find the centering pass. Now it goes back over to the other side. Interceptor up the wall. A great centering pass right there, but instead, Vinyl comes right in, trying to get another clear. Right now is in the middle of the field. Boise State 4-0. 1 minute 50 seconds left on an open goal. And a very clutch save by Ryder, was able to push the ball to the left just enough that it didn't go in. But Boise State certainly has some fight left in them, as we can see from another shot on goal by Baynock.
And Tacky absolutely demolishes Campbell there. And again, the Boise State Greenhorn is looking good as he gets another touch here on the ball and looking for possibly his second here on the big stage, as Ryder is going to find it, but the post is his undoing. But a possible attempt here. 1 and 2 from Southern Mississippi go whiffing on by. And again, there is your camera in camera for Interceptor. Picks up the big boost. And again, he can attack, he can defend. I mean, he may even activate a trap card here as Tacky going to find number 5 for Boise State. Interceptor just wanted to see it. Look at that. It's a scenic view. Look at this. Hey, my team's pretty good.
And speaking of hat tricks, that means Cosmo Buster, Baynock, and Tacky have now all scored hat tricks in one for each in the match.
That has been a monumental day for the Boise State Broncos. And again, Southern Mississippi is doing the best that they can, but it does look like this may be the final match of the evening. The question becomes, are Boise State going to put any more up on the board? It almost looks like Ryder is just biding his time, waiting for this game to be over. But again, they put up a strong fight. Boise State, this B squad, the Buster squad, is just unstoppable. Like you mentioned, Jem, they are absolutely ruthless. Tacky.
I mean, I don't even think I would say B squad. Does this look like a B squad to you?
It's just a matter of the
numbers.
numbers.
All members of the
goodness.
same team, representing Boise State with pride. Getting the 6th goal of the match is Baynock again.
Let's just throw this out there. There is no A, there is no B. They are just a team, and they are all beasts.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, forgive my use of numerals, alphamerals, whatever. I didn't go to college, whatever. We got a shot on goal here. It looks good, but Baynock is going to clear it away. But absolutely, the Boise State Broncos will be unbelievably happy with their showing today. Another couple seconds. Will there be one more on the net? Looks like we'll push this one out to the back. And Boise State sweeps your Thursday night NACE tournament. And that is going to be that for at least this second game and the evening as far as gameplay is concerned.
Yeah, as far as gameplay concerns, that wraps up the actual NACE match between Boise State Esports, our Rocket League team, against Southern Mississippi's Golden Eagles squad. So, guys, what did you see that was just supreme from that game?
That was a really hard one to pick anything negative out of, to be completely honest. Again, Interceptor being the newest member of the crew, I like what I saw. Yes, we can tighten up some screws and bolts and start working on that airplay just a little bit. But
yeah,
you get your first goal on stage, I'm not going to take that away from you by any means, shape, or form. Cosmo showed up today, so much so that they had to take him off the stage. That's pretty good. Yeah. And then again, to plug and play a new player and have that kind of success, because those numbers are relatively the same, it speaks volumes for the way that this crew is going, and I feel very good about the rest of their season moving to 2-0.
And a callback to Monday, I think the showing that we saw from these three tonight makes all the more impressive, and such more of a shout out to Montana from Monday, who is the only team who managed to get not only a win but 2 wins to push it to the 5th and final game. So as we're seeing that this squad, who plays the second game of the night, really loves to just go all out and completely dominate in terms of score, that makes teams like Montana, who have been able to find comebacks and stand up to them, all the more impressive.
Well, and there's still strong teams out there as we jump over to the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. I'm going to say Interceptor. That's what I say.
I am too. I'm going to say Interceptor. It's Baynock! Oh my goodness, we were both wrong. The Idaho Central player of the game.
He's my player of the game. That's it.
And in our hearts. Is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's, helping members achieve financial success. Baynock is your player of the game for this evening.
And again, it's just solid play all around. I like to give the tip of the hat to the people who maybe, I don't know, get it every game kind of thing. As Baynock, again, was just everywhere, all over the place. He was able to keep the ball on the ground and score. He's able to get these aerial touches and just absolutely bury it. I mean, Interceptor here sets him up beautifully, spikes it on in over the top of Vinyl with a little help of the crossbar, and they're able to go through. So all around amazing. And again, as I like to look to the other side, Ryder, absolutely stellar play. Whenever there was a big play or shift in momentum, Ryder was right there, whether it was defensively or offensively.
Yeah, definitely great play from both sides. Unfortunately, it just has to go with this particular squad. It is very hard to stand up to them once they get momentum going. And they can get a bit, I will say, this squad has shown they can get a bit cheeky when they get enough of a goal. You know what I mean?
Be fancy.
I don't think anyone, the very first match they had of this season, the clock was down to 0, and they kept the ball up in the air all the way across the field to score an 8th goal just for an exclamation point. So this team, this team more than ever, they have a little bit of sass in them.
The sass, the synergy, it's all there. The sugar and the spice, it's all you need.
You just need a little Chemical X and you get Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, we could
maybe you get a Baynock out of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we could.
But again, Baynock just showing his true colors again today and just absolutely showing why Boise State is one of the top teams to be reckoned with here in this NACE tournament. Both teams moving to 2-0, so I'm sure the orange and blue is feeling pretty good.
I mean, we all bleed orange and blue here, don't we?
We do. And that is something that I do like about Rocket League is no matter what side we're on, we're always representing our school colors. I did see, some other broadcasts of Rocket League where they changed the custom colors, and I thought, we don't need to do that. It's already all set up for us.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Just like we have a blue field, the Rocket League game is already orange and blue just for us. And speaking of orange and blue, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful evening with all of you here and with the beautiful orange and blue background that we have. And we hope that you will join us once again later this week for our League of Legends and Overwatch matches. Yay! And I'm going to keep talking. I was told that we had 15 seconds left, but this is totally fine. So,
maybe we're doing interviews? I don't know. I mean, are you guys having fun?
Maybe they just want to...
Yeah!